In this video, we're going to talk about how I found my perfect concealed carry holster and why, after almost 5 years, Hog Holsters is still my perfect concealed carry holster. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So if you are like me and consider concealed carry part of your general preparedness, you may have done the same holster dance that I and most of us do, trying to find the perfect concealed carry holster. Well, let me just say that about 4.5 years ago, I found what for me is the perfect concealed carry holster. That's Hog Holsters. And since that time, John Abbott, the owner and proprietor at Hog Holsters, has become not only a really good friend, but also a sponsor of the channel. So take that with a grain of salt that John is a channel sponsor. He's also a good friend. So there's that. But really and truly, none of that would have happened if his holsters weren't so stinking wonderful. And by the way, this year, John has been making holsters for 10 years. He started making holsters under gun-loving John until he formalized it and made it Hog Holsters. But anyway, let me just give you a little history on me and my kind of holster search. And I'm going to show you a couple of my first holsters that I tried when I first started concealed carry, and there's a couple that I can't even find anymore because they didn't last long enough for me to even keep. But the very first one I had when I bought my first Glock pistol was this Bianchi holster, and it was an outside the waistband holster, and it's got this nice little finger thing here, but it's outside the waistband. It's still pretty high rise, but it's still kind of hard to keep this thing hidden. So I did this for a little while, and I was just looking for an inside the waistband, something I could conceal a little better. So then I went to this Blackhawk, which was a Cqc Holster Blackhawk, and as you can see, it's an inside the waistband holster, a little more concealable than the Bianchi, but still pretty thick. This one had the regular little clip on it, steel clip. As I was using this, kind of getting used to it, I got an email from a guy named Randall who makes Ulti clips. Asked me if I wanted to check out one of his holster clips. I said sure, so he sent me one, and I bought another holster. Actually, you see I kind of cut that one off so it'd be a little shorter because it was too long, but I put the Ulti clip on it, and I really liked the Ulti clip. This thing is super concealable, way more than the over the belt clip. And so I was wearing this for a little while, and then Randall said, hey, there's a guy I know that makes holsters that uses my clips. Maybe you want to check them out. And I don't really remember exactly who got in touch with who, but somehow John at Hog Holsters and I got together, and he sent me one of his holsters to check out. This is the first holster, the first Hog Holsters that John sent me. It was for my Glock 43, and it's just, as you can see, it's a plain black Kydex holster, and fits very well. The retention is just, man, John likes his retention to be so that it stays there. If you need it, it'll come out. But this one had the Ulti clip on it, and this is an older style Ulti clip. And man, I really liked this holster. And there's something almost indefinable about how comfortable and convenient it was. And I just started wearing this. And you know, it's a tuckable holster, so if I'm wearing a Boy Scout uniform, I have to tuck my shirt in. I could do that, you know. And so I carried this one for a while. And then John came out with, he said, hey, I got a little extra bling, you know, check it out. So he came out with a carbon fiber version, which is the same thing. And something I really liked about it, it's got a little room there for the sights. I mean, it just seemed well thought out. And it snaps in really well. The retention is great. So I carried that one for a while. Then John, being the great guy he is, seriously the great guy he is, was kind enough to make one for my wife's Glock 43 in lovely Tiffany blue, as he calls it. So we got that one. That was the next one. I'm kind of giving you the, I guess, the genesis of the Hog Holsters. Then I was going to a tactical response fighting pistol class, so I traded my Glock 23 40 caliber in for a Glock 19 because, as James Yeager says, Glock 19 is never the wrong answer. And so, by the way, we're using this cool blue gun here from holstersmith.com. This is the exact holster that went through 2-day fighting pistol class, rolling on the ground, all sorts of action stuff, and perfectly fine. Now, for a while I was using the Ulti Clip XL, which goes over the belt. I've since kind of went back to the regular Ulti Clip just because this one, it still sticks out a little bit. It kind of bangs on stuff and whatnot, but this exact holster went through the 2 days fighting pistol, no problems whatsoever. And it's also, he also added the adjustable cant at about that time. So he's always making improvements. The next holster that I got from John was, I was working with Olight, and they came out with this little PL Mini, right? This little light on here. So John made a holster for the PL Mini, and it's available on his website still, I think. But I will say this, John is a perfectionist, and he doesn't like this holster very much. I'm just being straight with you, because I think it's fine. I think the retention is fine on it, but the way that the Kydex is had to be made for this to slide all the way in, it just doesn't have the retention that John likes. But I think it's fine. I think these are still available, but that's pretty cool. But just to show you the difference, here's the one we went through fighting pistol, and you can hear that little snap. And that's what he likes. So anyway, which brings me to the latest holster, and I'll just bring you down to show you that one. That's the I bought an RMR. I bought a Glock MOS with the RMR, and John made me a holster for the RMR with a patented little sweat shield. So that's pretty cool. By the way, when you combine hog holsters with a click belt, that's like peanut butter and chocolate. He also made me a holster for my Glock 48 that has a Streamlight TLR6 on it, and it has a pretty good pop in there. Not quite the same pop as the rest of them, but it's pretty good. And he's christened this tan Survival on Purpose tan, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, like I said, there's just something, in my opinion, indefinable about what makes these holsters so cool. But I will tell you this. One of the things I like about him is the Kydex is extremely thin yet strong. His retention is really, really good. It's not going to fall out on you. It's not going to fall out if you happen to wrestle around with somebody or have to fight with somebody. It's got a very good retention, but if you need it, it's there. He designs these things so that it stays where you want it until you need it, and when you need it, you pull it out and it's there. The other thing that I've always liked about hog holsters is this ulti-clip. It just, you saw how easy it went on and off my pants. You can take it on and off if you need to without unholstering your pistol, which is a big safety thing. You don't have any chance of hitting that trigger because these triggers are protected in these holsters. And it's lightweight. As an example, for the Glock 19, the Bianchi holster weighs 5.2 ounces, the Blackhawk 3.8 ounces, and the hog holsters about 2.8 ounces. So it is a full ounce lighter than the lightest of the two leather holsters. It is thinner, it is tuckable, it is extremely tough and durable, and the retention is great, extremely lightweight, and just very, very comfortable. And another thing I really like about hog holsters is John uses 100% USA components, down to the screws are USA made screws. Even the little Allen wrench that he sends you with every holster to adjust the screws is made in the USA. And by the way, the average price of these holsters, there's options, you can upgrade and all that, is around 59 bucks. So a really good value as well. So anyway, I thought I'd make this video to introduce you to hog holsters if you're not familiar with them, to reiterate why they are, in my opinion, the perfect concealed carry holster, and to kind of give John a congratulations for making 100% USA made holsters for 10 years now. So John's a Marine Corps veteran, a great American, and I'm honored to call him a really, really good friend. His motto is Hog Holsters, helping Americans wear guns, and you can save 10% on any order over 30 bucks at Hog Holsters by using the coupon code Survival on Purpose, all one word. So there'll be a link in the description below where you can go to Hog Holsters and get your very own absolutely wonderful concealed carry holster. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a new video every Friday and every Saturday, sometimes random videos throughout the week. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single one, I encourage you to subscribe to my weekly email newsletter at survivalonpurpose.com/subscribe. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.